All right, I'm Jonah. I'm sitting down with Joseph of
Darling Farm?
Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, of course.
So to start off, what's Darling Farm? What's it all about?
Darling Farm is a 4-piece indie rock band in Denton, Texas. We have an eclectic mix of styles and heartfelt songwriting.
Love that. It's awesome. So, what fundamental principles of going about songwriting for Darling Farm follows creating each song? And if there's not any like set characteristics that you like shoot for when making a song, how do you go about it?
I write the songs, and then we arrange them as a band. When I start a song, it could be lyrics first, or a melody first, or chords first. It doesn't really matter. The things that stay the same for each song would be that the lyrics are kind of painfully pain. They're not I don't know how to. I don't try to create analogies and shit.
Straight to the point.
It's just direct emotional lyrics about how I feel usually, and then musically, the main concept would be that the song, the musical ideas don't get in the way of the message of the song. They try to support it, being as interesting as it can without taking away from it. Is the idea, I guess.
That's sweet. So it's safe to say you don't have a ghostwriter?
No ghostwriter.
Okay, cool. So it's pretty clear, I think, listening to No Yeah, that like you have obviously a versatile use of instrumentation on the record. There's piano, guitar, drums. You've got your analog synths.
Yeah.
So that kind of shows you have a lot of influences and inspirations. What are your top 3 right now?
Artists or
just in general, or band, any music related.
Yeah, it wouldn't even have to be music, I guess. There's just depends on what I'm into at the time, or thinking about. That'll influence it a lot. It might even be like something like factory sounds or train sounds or things like that, depending on what I'm into, or just honestly, I'm just obsessive and I focus on the stuff for a long time. But right now, I guess musical influences, I like Duke Ellington a lot right now. It's just big band stuff because I like to listen to how all those different instruments play like tiny roles to make this big thing. I think that's important. That's interesting. I really like Jeff Parker right now. He's a jazz, air quote, jazz guitar player, I guess, and he does like a pretty wide variety of music, but it's all very simple, kind of melody-driven, lyrical sounding guitar playing, which is cool. And then I would say Pyle. Pyle is like alternative rock with like a lot of texture, and it's kind of like mid-fi recording stuff too, which is interesting. And I don't know, I think texture and like cohesive like aesthetic, like emotional content, but also like the lens you see the music through is pretty important to me. So that would be the main thing. Like each project is kind of having a directed, guided spirit behind it, whether that's the aesthetic or the emotion.
That's great. I think similar about music too. That's awesome. So is Darling Farm going to resurrect the experimental jazz movement?
Hopefully not.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be resurrected anyway. It's still there, still alive.
Yeah, you're right. It's still there. Just dorking. So as far as local, I think it's good. I think it's still recording.
Okay.
As far as like local music that exists and resides in Denton, Texas, who or what project is like on your radar? Who is on your, like, who do you like? And and don't say your friends.
There's,
I'm just kidding.
Well, all of them are my friends, so that's the problem. Because I would say, honestly, for whatever reason, I mean, I don't know if it's intentional or if it's subconscious, and I just want to hang out with people I admire or whatever, but pretty much try to be friends with anybody if I like their music, or maybe not, maybe just because I like them. It just depends, I guess. But all of the artists I like in Denton would be my friends.
That's awesome.
Bands on my radar that are my favorite, probably
name drop.
Party Hats
Okay.
is one of my favorites.
We'll let that one slide.
We'll let that one slide. Jonas and Party Hats, but Party Hats is up there for me, unironically. And then I would say Refrigerator is a big one. It's a 7-piece band of UNT students, for the most part. That's a very cool sounding band. Really beautiful music. And then Sexual Jeremy is a classic Denton noise rock outfit. Those, I think, are the 3 best bands in town, maybe. Skimp is really good as well. Skimp is awesome.
Hot.
I'm kind of scared to just like say these are my faves because there's more I'm not thinking of that I love for sure. Jake's Holiday is really good. Smothered is really good. Homewrecker and the Bedwetters are exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a start, I guess.
What about Judd Frisbee?
Judd Frisbee's sick. Yeah, their second show was with us, and they're really, really great too.
Oh yeah,
that stuff's dope.
All right, so that's pretty cool. What venue do you think is backing the scene the most in Denton?
Rubber Gloves, 100%.
Ding ding ding.
Yeah,
I'd agree. And how was your tour experience with Palace? And what's your fondest memory from all those all the out of town shows? And where did you play when you went out of town?
Well, we only had 3 shows. It wasn't much of a tour, but it was wonderful. Played in Portland, Oregon, in Seattle, Washington, and in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. That was cool. Yeah. What was the second part?
Oh yes. Well, what was your fondest memory out of those
memory?
crazy
the
3
whole
days?
thing is pretty much just one big fond memory of just like this thing that doesn't seem like it really happened, even though it did. Probably the best part was just hanging out with Palace and just getting to know them. I think it's really cool when a band at that level where they're touring internationally and stuff, that they're still like regular people. That's pretty cool. They're still talking about music with us and talking about life with us and being normal. So that was really, really cool. And then the other highlights, I think, would just be seeing beautiful places with my friends. That's pretty special. I don't travel ever, so that was pretty eye-opening and cool for me.
Fuck yeah.
The food is also really, really good in Portland.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah. I need to get out there.
Yeah.
As far as plans for Darling Farm, in 2023, do y'all have any expectations of touring? Do y'all have expectations of releases? Things to do?
Hopefully, we have a release this year. We are definitely working really hard on recording. So, we're self-producing the next album. And we are doing it ourselves, at least right now. So we are trucking away, trying to record these songs that we've had kicking for a while, and also some new ones. And I don't know, I think it's just what I was talking about before, just trying to make sure that we have that strong aesthetic and strong through point for all the songs, because I just really want it to hit people as an identifiable thing, they're like, that's Darling Farm, and that's now my favorite record ever.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I think I'm just listening to a lot and trying to internalize the right stuff and just keep my eyes on a direction that will benefit us, hopefully. I don't know. I just want to make music I'm excited about and that other people can get excited about too.
Some might say that's pretty important. So, if you're comfortable, I'd like you to exploit any old bands or projects that you were a part of that no one really knows about that you know of.
There's pretty much not a lot. There's no recorded music at all, except for a record I made that's on Bandcamp. It's Joseph Mings. The record's called Glass Basilisk, and I don't know if I stand behind it or not, but it's out there. You can check it out.
And you can find that on
Bandcamp at Joseph Mings. Okay. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's noise, I guess. But I don't know. I played music for a long time by myself, and I didn't really write a lot. And then I had at some point kind of this realization, like a friend just pointed it out to me when I played them a song I was working on. After not writing for a while, they were like, I think you should just focus in this direction. I feel like you express yourself well this way. And I think that just meant something to me. Because I felt a real lack of direction musically for a long time. And then I just started journaling all the time and turning the journal entries like literally into lyrics. Just using parts of it and maybe taking stuff out, but not really adding stuff. Okay. And I think that gave me kind of a way to repeat the same kind of process for a little bit, and then after that my process totally just like went haywire. Now I write songs all kinds of ways, but I think learning how to like put stuff in honest terms that to me at least, like something that immediately gives me like a visual or tangible like way of identifying with an emotion or something. I think that's what gave me the I don't know, like that's that once I got that, like Darling Farm came out of that. Okay. And that's pretty much it for me. Before that I played music, but I just played instruments, I guess. Like I didn't really like I wasn't making my own music in the same way. Other than maybe just like whatever, making beats on my laptop or fucking around. But
okay. Yeah. Heard it. It's good to know that stuff. Thanks for sharing the other project too, the other project.
Yeah, there's another one I think on the same page called 24 Hour Horse. It's just the one I made right before that.
Okay, that's on there too?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, sweet. 24-hour horse. That's funny because that's kind of goes back to a question I'm going to ask you in a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I heard that you might possibly maybe like to cook.
Yeah, I love cooking.
Yeah, a little bit.
Love it.
So what's your favorite food and beverage combination together
that
you've had?
I don't know. Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, currently, like right this second, is going to be something I had on Friday, which is just Turkish Delight and Turkish coffee together. That's very good.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Right.
Turkish Delight, for people who don't know, that's gelatinous sugar candy.
They got those in Narnia.
Sometimes, yeah, they have them in Narnia. They sometimes taste like dates, I guess. And then the one that I had pistachios suspended in the Jello shit, and then you'd have that with coffee, and it was weird, but it was so good. Yeah. Also, I made kanafi with my grandma last week. I'm Palestinian on my mom's side. Kanafi is like a sweet Middle Eastern dessert with like shredded dough, cheese, like salty cheese, and then rose syrup all over it. And like you melt the cheese, it's like salty, sweet, crispy, melty cheese, and then fucking rose syrup and pistachios. That's really good with coffee.
I want to eat some of that. That sounds tasty.
Insanely good stuff.
All right. Well, thank you so much for answering those questions.
Yeah.
I feel like you gave some really detailed and good answers to those, so it's sick to get some insight on Darling Farm. I got some questions that may or may not disappoint you. These are my quick questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
Dog or horse?
Dog or horse? Horse.
All right. Any explanation of that, or just horse figured out?
Well, I just figure I probably see horses less often, so right now horse is more exciting.
They're more utilitarian.
I'm not even thinking about it in terms of that. I just had to pick one.
You could use them.
I'm not thinking about the ramifications of me having a dog or a horse.
Okay.
I was just picking one.
All right. Music or cooking?
Oh, music.
Music?
Yeah.
Okay. Music. So, would you rather smell bad all the time or everything smells bad all the time?
Oh, fuck. Well, I probably already smell bad all the time. So
You know what I mean? Like,
Really
everyone's like, yo,
bad?
like, dog, like...
I don't know, because some things smelling bad to you all the time would be so debilitating that you might not be able to live.
Yeah.
Like, it would mess with all your other senses. You wouldn't be able to eat, really.
Yeah.
But eventually you would stop smelling it, probably. You're saying, in this universe, you would smell that forever.
Yeah, just everything kind of smells bad. Just generally kind of bad.
Kind of bad? Or, like, really
Bad.
bad, like how you smell?
I think, like,
In
enough to note that it smells bad.
Yeah,
About-
I'd have, to,
about
I'd have to
everything.
go with... Oh, man, smelling bad sucks, though. That's a really hard one. I'm going to go with smelling bad.
Okay.
I could be by myself, I
They
guess.
don't make these questions easy.
No.
What's your guiltiest pleasure, musical or otherwise?
Oh, right now, in the past it would be excess of alcohol. Right now, probably it's excess of candy or ice cream.
Okay.
Trading those out.
I
I don't know how guilty. It's kind of guilty.
I was gonna say, I
it
feel
makes
like-
you sick. So
Yeah.
that's guilty. You feel bad
Makes
the
you
next day
sick.
sometimes.
yeah, that's
I
true.
don't like that. That's the same problem
Okay.
with the alcohol, I guess. I don't know. No judgment.
No judgment.
Nothing's
at all.
guilty. Everything's allowed.
For sure. That's probably a better way of looking at it. And then my last question is fist bumps or high fives?
I'd probably do the fist bump more often, and it's just because of like
Germs or something?
embedded germophobia. It's not even like me actually being a germaphobe, because I'm not. It's like my dad would always do the fist bump. He's like, you can't just touch anyone's hands, you know. Also, high five is more awkward, and somebody doesn't go for a fist bump. Really easy to pull back.
Yeah.
High five looks a little worse. You pull that back. More people notice you pulling back to high five. If someone didn't see that, they didn't hit it, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think
People have not hit my high fives a lot.
that's a different level kind of.
Disrespect.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that sentiment. I
Yeah.
kind of thought you were going to say high five, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm horny. You probably expected it, I know.
High fives are pretty fun, though.
They are.
Um,
I like
thank-
the sound.
Yeah, they do sound good. Probably better than a fist bump. Thanks for sitting down with me.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Damn, I want more.
Do you want to? Is there anything else you want to include?
No, that's good.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Thanks for listening. And yep.